I've told you guys my 5 things that I liked about Superman. Now it's time for me to tell you the things that I didn't like so much. As you know, my rating for this movie was 8 out of 10. So nowhere near actually being perfect. I do feel that this was a good reset for the universe, and James Gunn did a brilliant job in introducing the new Superman, and I think that the actors did brilliantly. But what didn't I like about this? What I didn't enjoy is that I do feel that there was a lot crammed into 2 hours. I know the initial runtime was supposed to be 220, but the studios cut it down. So they only made it 2 hours. And I would like to actually know what those deleted scenes are. I do feel that, for example, the head of the Daily Planet, the chief of the Daily Planet, the guy from Suits, I can't remember his name now, and he's also in The Wire, they didn't give him enough to do. I felt that maybe they could have given us a little bit more Daily Planet. I think it lacked that. I would like maybe a series on the Daily Planet alone, on all the characters, on Lois Lane, on Jimmy Olsen, as well as Clark Kent, and see how the Daily Planet operates. I don't feel we got enough of that. My major criticism, my biggest criticism about this movie is that it was a James Gunn production and a James Gunn film. You knew it was James Gunn's Superman. But I felt like it was an ego project for him. His style was all over this movie. And in some points in this film, you did feel that James Gunn tried to create this Guardians of the Galaxy feel. And that infiltrated the movie a little bit, I felt. So that is probably the major criticism from my perspective, is that this movie, it was all about James Gunn. It felt like that to me. Like everything was just about James Gunn. And it should have been more about Superman and the characters in Superman rather than James Gunn. So that is like my major criticism about it. And I also feel that when it comes to Superman, there were certain scenes that were a little bit goofy about it. Like, I do understand that that's James Gunn's humor. Some of the jokes were brilliant and others didn't land. And at some points of the movie, I felt like there was no need for that humor to be into the film. Keep the serious moments serious, and then make the jokey bits funny, etc. And put that into the film, the humor. But there's sometimes we try to double down on humor. Like, for example, there was a really funny bit, and then like, for example, there was a part in the movie, spoiler alert, where they had a really funny interaction with Mr. Terrific. And then directly after that scene, they're outside and they have the spaceship in a garage, and the garage door is coming down, and it takes forever to come down, and they're standing there and they're watching it. And that was supposed to be funny, and it's a hands down a full-on joke from a James Gunn handbook, out of his handbook, 100%. But I didn't feel that it was needed. So yeah, those were some of my criticisms about the movie. It's not a perfect movie, but it's a good reset for the DCU.